Hey, it's Dr. Josh here in Tampa, Florida. Today I want to talk about back pain, specifically tightness in your back, like that tightness that just never goes away. You might have been told you have herniations or bulges, and while you might have that, everyone's overlooking the real cause of what's causing that constant tightness in your low back. So what happens is we got a bunch of muscles and we got a bunch of ligaments in our back, and ligaments are meant to stabilize the bones in our back so that these joints don't rub together, so we don't have unnecessary pressure in the disc itself. And if there's instability in the ligaments, then we're going to get irritation on this nerve. We can have herniations where there's just unnecessary pressure on the disc. And I like to think of the analogy like this. And so imagine you have two cabinet doors that open and close together, right? If one of the hinges has a loose screw and that cabinet door is bumping the other cabinet door, what do? Do you cut the cabinet door so that now it can open and close? Or do you just simply tighten the hinge so that they open and close nice and smooth? Of course, you just want to tighten the hinge, right? It fixes things. It's the same thing when there's any joint in our body. If there's laxity, if there's looseness, if there's instability, then we're going to get things that are wonky, and we get unnecessary wear and tear on the joints in our back. That irritates the nerves in our back. That causes unnecessary pressure on the disc in our back, and that can lead to herniations and bulges. So the solution isn't to just cut things away, it's to create stability, right? And the things that create stability in our low back are the ligaments. They're like thick rubber bands that attach to all the bones and in between the bones and keep things nice and stable. If those ligaments have become lax, then the only way for your back to create stability is for those muscles to lock down and get really tight. So you can do all the things in the world. You can get massages out the wazoo. You can use rollers and lacrosse balls and try to release those tight muscles, but they're just going to get tight again. And I bet you've experienced that because those ligaments, those static stabilizers, aren't doing their job well. They're like rubber bands that have become overstretched. So the solution is to tighten down those ligaments, and we can do that with something called Prolotherapy. It's an all-natural regenerative injection. It's been used for a really long time. And we simply go into those ligaments and we create a healing response so they tighten down, and then those muscles in your back relax. So like those cabinet hinges where you just need to tighten the screw, if you've got tightness in your back that just doesn't go away, all you got to do is tighten those ligaments down with something like Prolotherapy, and you feel a whole lot better. So if you got a tight back, reach out because we do prolotherapy here. I've been doing it for like 10 years, and it's one of my favorite tools for chronic back tightness.